The United Nations University for Peace is an international academic institution established by the United Nations in 1980 with the primary goal of promoting peace through education, research and training, as implied on its social media page. Professor Samuel Kale Ewusi, the Regional Director for Africa of the United Nations University for Peace, remarked the urgent need for indigenous solutions to the continent's complex challenges.
Peace in Africa can only be sustainable if the process is driven by Africans and paid by Africans. It is not in the interest of those who are paying for the conflict to come to an end because they are the ones actually supplying the weapons. Ethiopia has played a very, very important role in this continent in bringing about peace and stability. Unfortunately, there were internal conflicts in Ethiopia, and the process, we have to understand that it is a process. Peace is not an event. The process, which has been driven within the framework of the African solutions to African problems, is a welcome idea, and it is important that we continue to do that and make sure that we pay for it. Africans have taken the mantle of leadership to solve their own problems. It brings about awareness within the continent. It shows the will of Africans from the grassroots to be able to participate in peace processes within the continent, and which is of course very, very important.
The professor appreciated the multimodal approach of the Ethiopian government to sustain internal peace and security in the country.
Yes, Ethiopia is using a multidimensional approach to solving the problem, and that is what will bring sustainability. It's not just the dialogue, but even within the context of the dialogue, there are many issues that have to be addressed. The political issues in terms of the structure and process of governance, economic development. You can see that, even if you move around Addis Ababa, you can see the change. Those of us who have lived here for 14 years, we have seen how Ethiopia is changing. So that economic development is very, very important for sustainable peace. Another thing is that, they have to address the root causes of this conflict. And the root causes goes back to poverty, goes back to unemployment. If you look at most African countries, including Ethiopia, most of them have a youthful population of at least 65%. And what do these young people need? These young people need education and they need employment.
It has been indicated the peace agreement recently reached by the OLA led by Jalsanyi in the Oromia regional government is one of the peaceful moves which asserts the relevance of African solutions for African problems. The professor underscored that African solutions are not just about local interventions, but about fostering a deeper sense of ownership and responsibility among African people and governments.